Hey guys, I have a product that I'm really excited about and I can't wait to review it and show you guys. This is the ManBily Carbon Fiber Tripod. This thing weighs 5 pounds by itself. So super lightweight, you toss it around, and if you get the saddle package, you can get this CNC machine saddle. This thing has rubber pads to protect your gun and all that, and we're going to be reviewing it. So we're going to do a stability test and all that good stuff and show you guys how awesome this thing is. But first, I want to show you guys how it arrives. Alright, I'm going to show you guys how it all arrives to you. So, the saddle arrives in this box right here, and it's wrapped in there. I can't figure out how to put it back in there, but it comes in this bag and it has foam. So the foam matches the design, and it's about, I would say, 1/2 to 1 inch thick of foam. So this thing's guaranteed to come to you very safe. So the tripod comes in this case right here. So this is a carrying case. It's got a handle and a sling, and then on top of it, it's encased in a box inside of another box. So you get, basically, they're in 3 different things to make sure that they're going to come to you nice and safe. So, tripod comes in this carrying case right here. It's got this handle and this sling. You just unzip it, and the tripod does come with plastic wrapped around it, and I threw the plastic away, but it does come wrapped in plastic. Then, it comes with this little bag with the instruction manual and these spikes, and I'll show you guys what the spikes do. So, these little spikes right here, they're metal spikes. You go to the feet of the tripod and you can unscrew them like that, grab your feet, and screw them on. So if you're, let's say, in some dirt and you don't want these feet slipping around, then you would put those on and they're going to stick in the ground and make sure that you're not going to move around. And these feet also, these rubber feet actually still work. If you're out in the field, you can still use them. The manual showcases a tripod with a sandbag. There is a hook on the bottom of the tripod, so you can mount a sandbag. So in between these legs right here, there is a hook right there, and you would do that. This adds for extra stability. So let's say if you're shooting a video, you can use this as a camera tripod. Then you would put a sandbag there, and it'll keep it nice and still. And it is pretty steady as it is. The saddle comes with a instruction manual and a thank you note from ManBily. So they put a lot of work into this packaging, making sure it's going to come to you safely. So let's talk a little bit about this tripod, and then we'll talk about the saddle and we'll do some testing. Alright, let's talk about these specifications of the ManBily tripod. So this thing, since it's carbon fiber, it only weighs 4 pounds. So really lightweight, and you could probably carry it on your head if you wanted to. Hiking through the woods, got it on your head or something. You can do that. But the special part is this thing can hold 44 pounds. 44 pounds, and this thing only weighs 4 pounds. That's crazy. The reason it's able to do that is because it has 8-layer carbon fiber. So it's layered with 8 straps or wraps of carbon fiber, and the biggest tube diameter is 32 millimeters. So that's how it's able to hold so much. It's super sturdy, and we're going to break out my 15-pound gun, and I'll show you how sturdy this thing is. Some other cool things is it has telescopic legs, so you would just unscrew this ring right here. It would come out like that. You tighten it. You could go to your next one, tighten it, go to your next one, do like that, tighten it. And as you can see, I'm holding this by the 3rd section, and I'm able to pick it up. It does get pretty heavy, but this thing's popping out pretty far, and I'm able to hold it up like this. So that shows you this thing's pretty darn light. It extends to 62 inches. 62 inches is plenty. Once you get this ball head mount on here, man, like, I can stand up with this thing really comfortably, and you have some more room for taller guys. So I've seen some people that are 6'2", 6'4" use this thing, and they still can stand up with it and shoot with it. So that's pretty cool. It's really helpful. And I'm also going to show you guys some other cool things that this thing can do. But first, I want to talk a little bit about this ball head mount. So the ball head mount right here, this little ball right here, or not little ball, comes in at 44 millimeters in diameter. So this thing is 44 millimeters big. Like, that's pretty big. I'm gonna show you guys this ball head clamp thing right here. So this one right here loosens the ball mount right here, and it can move freely. Then you would tighten this like that, and you can get this pretty tight. And again, I'll show you when I break up my 15-pound gun, it barely moves. So here we have this knob, which this knob makes it, when you have this mounted on the tripod, loosening this knob makes it so you can basically look around. So let's say you're out hog hunting or whatever, you would loosen this up and you can scan like that. And then let's say you have a bird up in the tree or something, twist this right here and you can look up like that. It moves the ball head mount around, and if you want to, you can tighten a little bit more and still let it move, but it'll just be a little bit more stiff. This is the thing to open the clamp. Look super smooth, twist it with my finger, and this opens ridiculously wide. I can fit a scope in here, and I actually used it for one of my CV Life reviews for one of their scopes. Opens up that stinking much. I don't think you have a gun that wide, but yeah, I can fit my face in it, if that tells you something. So here's something pretty interesting about the ball head mount thread. The thread is a 3/8 inch. So is the tripod right here. So keep that in mind. It's not really a standard. It is kind of standard, but not really for a tripod. The saddle is CNC machined, or I'm pretty sure this is CNC machined, and it is aluminum. So it's really lightweight, coming in at 1.5 pounds. So really light, making this probably only a 5.5 pound tripod. So this is my 15-pound AEA Challenger Pro, and this thing is holding this thing like a champ. And this bottom part that I have it hooked onto here, it's a bit thin and it doesn't clamp all the way down on there, but it's clamped on there enough where it still gives a little bit of play, but it's still clamped on there where it's not going to fall out. And this is the balance point of it, so I had to put it there. Now we might try and put it up here and see what happens. But as you can see, the ball head is not moving. So if I kind of pull it down a bit, then it moves. If I push it up a bit, it moves. And to be honest, it probably could go a little bit tighter. But if it were like a throw lever, but it's not, so I can't really tighten it as much as I could because it's just the knob. But so yeah, it holds it in place, and the tripod barely wiggles. So it does give a little bit of play, but I'll show you guys this. Alright, so I'm going to wiggle this gun a bit. The tripod does move a little bit, but this thing's extended almost to its max. But only wiggles a little bit if you really might move a little bit. It moves a little bit, but it's not that bad. So it does wiggle a little bit, but that doesn't really matter because I'm not really shaking when I'm holding the gun. I don't think anybody is. But yeah, I can hold this thing pretty still. Let's say if there's a bird up there, can cant it around like this, loosen the bigger knob. I can cant it around, I can tilt, do all that kind of stuff, match up with my terrain, level my gun and all that. And then this tiny knob, you can do a 360 spin. So I can do some spin arounds right here. If let's say there's a bird that way, I shoot it or something, or miss, and then there's another one this way, turn the other way and shoot. So you can do some scanning with this, and I'm sure you could probably attach a binoculars with it too. So yeah, pretty cool. Now I'm going to show you guys how tall this thing gets. So I'm about 5'7", 5'8", I don't know. Depends, I guess, on what wood you're standing on. I don't know. Measure tape line, I'm probably 6 foot, I'm just kidding. I don't know. So as you can see, this is how high it is right now, and this is a little bit too high for me. But we're going to extend it all the way, and this is going to be quite hard with the gun on there, and I pray it doesn't fall over. Alright, so that's how tall it is with everything snugged up, or extend all the way. So as you can see, my head is below the scope, so that's pretty good. If you're tall, then this is going to work perfectly for you. I'm going to show you guys the different positions that these legs have that make this thing awesome, and this is why I think maybe this might be one of my favorite things ever. So let me show you guys this really cool thing. This might be one of my favorite features. So when I'm at my grandma's farm, I'm going in between fences and stuff when I'm bird hunting. So I'm going in between fences and all that, and I'm running around, and sometimes I don't really like to have a big, long tripod walking around. So this is my favorite part. When I'm at my grandma's farm, I don't really like having to carry around a big tripod with long legs and stuff. This thing gets really small. Do one of these numbers, like this, clamp it on, and I can walk around and sit. I don't have to have this where I can stand up. So I have so much room to do literally whatever the heck I want. So I can sit down, there's a bird on the floor, pop it, there's a bird up in the tree, then I can get it. So I don't have to walk around with the legs extended all the way. I can do this. Then, let's say I want to do a laying down prone shot. Now, these legs have different positions. If you pull this out like this, then it spreads the legs out like that. It spreads the legs out, and you can do this. So this thing sits like this, set it down like that, and now I can lay down and shoot. I can also put this on a table and do the same thing. I'm sitting down at a picnic table. I can set this up and I can shoot off of the picnic table very comfortably. So it can do like that, and I can take prone laying shots. You know how dang cool that is? You could probably tell I'm very excited about this tripod. Being able to lay down, take sitting shots and standing up shots makes such a big difference. And sometimes I don't really want to be walking around with the legs extended, and I would rather just sit on the floor and be able to shoot. Gosh, man, it makes it so much better. And I'm going to show you guys what I meant about the picnic table. I'm going to go over the picnic table and show you guys how cool this is too. So now if I'm sitting on a bench, then I can just pop the legs out like this, and I can shoot from the bench without having to get a sandbag like this, and I can comfortably shoot like that. So this thing has so many great uses, it's insane. So what are my thoughts on this tripod? I love it. Just being able to sit down, lay down, shoot off a bench, stand up with it, like, whoa, I love it. It's only 5 pounds. It's crazy. And the amount of uses that I have for it are going to be crazy. I can do prone shots, I can do sitting down shots, I can do standing shots, meaning coyote hunting. I normally like to stand up when trying to get a coyote. When I'm rat hunting, I normally like to sit down. And for whatever reason, sometimes if I want to lay down and shoot, then I can. So this thing's amazing. I can't believe it extends out to where I can have it face and over my head, and it's this tiny and this light. So would I recommend this? I say yes. I just want to thank ManBily a huge thank you for letting me review this. This thing is so darn cool, and you guys can probably tell how happy I am to have this. This thing is going to unlock so many things that it's going to be insane. Going to the farm, at my grandma's farm, having this very light tripod is a game changer. The tripod that you're on, I tried to modify it, and I did, where it has an adapter where I can slide my gun into it. I think it's an Arca rail, and I could use it. It was just a little bit heavy, it's a little bit awkward, and it's a filming tripod, so it's a little bit heavy. But this being this light, this sturdy, and all that stuff, gosh, man, I love it. So if you guys want to pick up yourself one, definitely go check them out. It's so cool. I really recommend it, and I really like it, if you can tell. This is my first shooting tripod, but gosh, man, you're going to be seeing me using it a lot. So again, if you guys want to pick yourself up one, do it. Definitely do it. And thank you. Thank you to ManBily for sending this out to me to review. And I hope you like this video, and I hope you can pick yourself up one and enjoy it as much as I do. So see you guys in the next video, and adios.